Earlier, we discussed that pesticides come in different formulations. So, how should we choose the right formulation? Pesticides come in many formulations. Some of them may have different names, but they are used for the same purpose. Some formulations, even if used for the same purpose, should be applied in different ways. In practice, we should choose the right formulation based on factors like crop type, control target, application machinery, and usage conditions. Most formulations produced and used in China are suitable for spraying, with ECs and wettable powders being the primary types, and suspensions also representing a significant portion. From an efficacy perspective, these three formulations show some differences. First, EC insecticides are much more effective than suspension and wettable powder insecticides. For the same active ingredient, the EC formulation works better. For biocides used for foliar spraying, oil-based formulations do not improve their efficacy. This is because the biocide molecules, which penetrate pathogen cell walls and membranes, and dissolve in the water film on leaves. Organic oil-based solvent doesn't really help and may even hinder the molecule spread, penetration, and systemic action. Thus, it's better to use biocides in suspension or wettable powder form. In terms of herbicides used for foliar spraying, due to the waxy layer on the surface of weed leaves, formulations like ECs, concentrated emulsions, and suspension concentrates can be used. Wettable powders and suspension concentrates, which offer good wetting and penetration, are also suitable. Herbicides used in paddy field mud or soil are often formulated as granules or other types that can be made into toxic soil. Second, while suspension concentrates, when used as an alternative, are not as effective as EC, they are much more effective than wettable powders. This is because the particles in suspension concentrates are much finer than those in wettable powders, and the adjuvants in suspension concentrates help the pesticide particles adhere to the surface of an organism, thereby enhancing their efficacy. Third, consider the safety of the applicators. When applied in hot weather, oil-based emulsifiable concentrates can easily lead to poisoning, so it's safer to choose water-based alternatives, such as wettable powders, suspension concentrates, water-soluble powders, and water-dispersible granules. Fourth, choose formulations with higher content. Calculating pesticide usage per unit area can help bring down the usage costs. Now, let's take a look at some precautions when choosing commonly used pesticide formulations. 1. Emulsifiable concentrates, ECs. An EC is typically made up of a pesticide's technical material, solvent, and emulsifier. Some ECs may also contain small amounts of additives like co-solvents and stabilizers. The solvent serves to dissolve and dilute the pesticide, helps with emulsification and dispersion, and improves the flowability of the concentrate. ECs are currently the main pesticide formulation, but due to their high organic solvent content, they contribute to environmental burden, so they're being used less and less. 2. Powders. Powders are processed from the mixtures of a pesticide's technical materials and fillers. Some formulations may include stabilizers. Fillers come in many varieties, with common ones including clay, kaolin clay, talc, and diatomaceous earth. Powders are mainly used for dusting, broadcasting, and mixing into toxic soil. But remember, they should not be used for water-based spraying. 3. Wettable powders. Wettable powders are processed from the mixtures of pesticides, technical materials, fillers, and wetting agents. They are meant for spraying and must be diluted with water before application. During storage, their suspension rate may decrease, and in high heat, it decreases quickly. So, wettable powders should be kept in a cool place and should not be stored for too long. 4. Granules. Granules are processed from the mixtures of pesticides' technical materials carriers, and adjuvants. Granules are applied through broadcasting. They are user-friendly, safe, and widely applicable with extended efficacy. Highly toxic pesticide granules are typically used for soil treatment, seed dressing, and furrow application. Your task today is to look up the application scenarios for water-based formulations, suspension concentrates, soluble powders, microcapsules, water dispersible granules, emulsions, and smoke formulations. Can't wait to discuss it with you in the next class. See you!